We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Reaching for stars. I wonder where you are. She works the nights by the water. She's gone astray, so far away from her father's daughter. She just wants her life for a baby. All on her own, no one will come. She's got to save him. Daily struggle. She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. She tells him, you're steadily your workflow. Every you know, so you're not stop, no time for your dear. Now she got a 6-year-old, trying to keep him warm, trying to keep all the gold. When he looks in her eyes, he don't know he is safe when she says, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you. She tells me your life ain't gonna be nothing like my life. You're gonna grow and have a good life. I'm gonna do what I got to do. So rockabye, baby, rockabye. Rockabye, rockabye. You rockabye, baby, don't you cry. Rockabye, rockabye. You rockabye, baby, rockabye. Rockabye, rockabye. You rockabye, baby, don't you cry. With a bang, bang, bang. Alright. Don't bother cry, lift up your head, lift it up to the sky, yo. Rockabye, don't bother cry, angels around you, just dry your eye.
Good morning, good morning. This morning's probably going to be a very short stream. I might be able to fit about an hour and a half into it. But figured what the heck. I'll go for it. So here we are. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday morning. So I will go ahead and turn this down and get into it. Since we don't have a ton of time to work with today, I already have Satisfactory up and running in the background. And yes, it looks like the commands are working again on both sides. More or less. I have not figured out how to get the amount thing to work, so ignore the amount and just go ahead and type in !race if you want to give it a shot. We are still testing it, so you aren't going to win anything at the moment. But it's fun to play. In the meantime, on Satisfactory, I have not done any more gaming. After yesterday, I turned it off. So the fact that today is going to be kind of a short stream is actually okay, because I was thinking of just going ahead and working on some aesthetics for this building. So it's going to chill, do some of that. Also, maybe a slight announcement in that I'm thinking I have been watching a new game that came out recently, and apparently it's very popular and it's highly positive reviewed. It's a puzzle game, and after watching some videos on it, I decided to go ahead and download it. So when and somever I decide I want to break from Satisfactory or whatsoever, I think I'm going to go and try that game, and so that might be what we do next. Until then, so like I said, I've got maybe an hour and a half to work with, so let's go ahead and do the things. I wanted to finish putting lights absolutely everywhere, so I can finally see what I'm doing at night in between these floors. Oh, I didn't actually realize the race ran. You won! Congratulations! You won! You didn't win anything because the amount is broken, but you won! I missed that played through entirely after my BRB getting chicken comment. Nice! Okay. Satisfactory. We're here for this. I'm going to shove this light into the rock. So, if it's not obvious, I wrote the text for the minigame. So there's not a ton of variety in it. Just an FYI. There is variety, just not a ton. There's supposed to be, like, themes that you can get, but I don't know where they are. I'm not the person that knows. Yeah. There's a rock behind my head. What just happened? Oh, go away, Avast. All of a sudden I couldn't click. I didn't know what was happening. Yeah, they are different. They're very different games, since the other one is a puzzler. A puzzler. But I'm just annoyingly invested in this. But hey, maybe I'll be ready to take a break after I get all of my aesthetics done. I mean, oh, those aren't lined up. How did I manage that? Okay, well, that's just going to be what that is, I guess. And I'll change it over here. Boom. Anyway, I have finished this game before, so it's not like I have to finish it as a completionist. But I am very invested at the moment in trying to succeed in my vision. And honestly, I've been playing this pretty much for 2 weeks straight, so I'm sure we could all use a break from Satisfactory. It's actually a lot easier to place these if I just aim for the center of these joints instead of trying to line the whole thing up on a grid or on the grid. Especially where you're looking up to try and put them in. Now look how well lined up all that is. Oh, that's a rock.
You've got mail.
I've got mail. That one isn't. The other one's lined up nice. Nope. Stop moving. The thing about wearing the hover pack is it makes you very glidey, slidey. Glidey, slidey. Boosh. It's so much easier to do this when the floor is not completely full of stuff. Wait, was that too far? No. Go there. And go there. Boom. Clipping. I think some amount of clipping is almost inevitable. especially when you're dealing with stuff like this. Oh yeah. Extreme levels of clipping. But I mean, this entire thing is sticking to the floor, so if I cared that much, I'm at a point in the game I could just completely rebuild entire levels if I had the patience for it. And that's always been my issue with all of my forms of art that I've ever tried, is I have a vision, but a lot of times I just do not have the patience. I think I have the skill, but not the patience to make my vision happen. And the other side of that is that I'm terrible about planning through. Again, it doesn't matter what medium I use. I'm terrible about planning it through and trying to plan it ahead to make sure that it comes out the way I want. I just want to start working and have it work, which is not the proper way to do it. Whether you're drawing or writing or making music or whatever, ideally you start with a framework, and the framework acts as a foundation to help you get to what it is you are trying to make. And I've always been very I'm just going to start it and go for it, and then slowly get annoyed when it doesn't go the way I want. So I've done a lot of drawing art over the years. I've taken some art classes. I'm generally pretty much just self-taught. And they tell you to start with like simple shapes, circles and things. And I've never been good about doing that. I've always just started sort of sketching out the general shape of the thing that I want, and then trying to fill in detail after the fact. And it's not to say my drawings are all bad, but it does cause an issue where I'll be trying to draw a thing and it will not come out the way I want it to, the way I envision it. Just because of the process I'm using didn't have like supportive framework to kind of keep it on track. And that's where a lot of this is right now, where I have a vision of kind of what I'm headed for, and that's pretty much it. The rest is all playing it by ear, trying it, seeing what works. And sometimes when you work that way, it can come out like as good, if not better. It's not lined up. Well, I guess that one's not lined up, but whatever. Because like I said, not all of my drawings were bad. I'm actually quite proud of some of the art that I've created. But depending on the size of the project, it can cause a lot of issues further down the road. So my writing has, for instance, been stuck for years, because when I was in school and they talked about writing, you have a framework, sort of a pre-made plot line, so that you have an idea of what your characters are and where they're going to be and what they're going to be doing and what their backgrounds are. And I have next to no like concrete, here are my characters, here's their relationships, like at all. And some of the writing that I've completed on that story I'm pretty happy with, but a lot of it is, in my personal opinion, going to need to be redone if I ever want to complete that project. But by the same token, I haven't made the effort to try to complete that project. My modern art projects all tend to be around the drone, because that has been my favorite new toy ever since I got it. And I'm very happy with a lot of the videos that I've done with it. I'm very happy with a lot of the work I did with the GoPros. But I had some successes and then proceeded to come up with one idea after another, after another, after another, and struggling to sort of find a task to focus on. So I've learned when it comes to the video editing projects to just try and slow down on them, basically. Because I have all these ideas on things that I'd like to film and how I want to put the edits together. And the issue therein is the fact that I am the only one. I am my own editor. And as a videographer, I want to film all the things. All of them. Whether it's on the GoPro, on the drone, I just want to film everything and sort it out later. As an editor, sitting in front of my computer looking at all of that footage, I struggle to figure out what parts of it to use, because I want to use all of it. But that doesn't really make for as good of a video, because if you use everything, then the video ends up being too long. You end up with these really lengthy sections that are generally kind of boring to watch. But it's like, I watch those same videos that other people have made, and they have these really short clips, and they spike interest, and they keep you watching. And it's like, well, I'm trying to do the same thing, but when I go to edit, I can't get myself to parse down all of the video to just energetic little clips. So a lot of my videos that have relatively short clips and like really good transitions and matching music, most of those I made with the GoPro editing program on my phone, because it more or less randomly selects what it thinks are the best parts of the clips. So you're able to make those compilations really quite quickly. This is going to have to be out of alignment because there's a thing in the way. So a project that I've appointed myself right now is I am trying to do a video catalog of every single city park. I have fallen. Every single city park in my hometown, or I should say hometowns, because it's two cities stitched together. Well, at this point it's more than that. It's two main cities stitched together. And there's probably 20 plus parks between the two of them. And I have given myself the creative challenge of visiting every single one of them in both of the main cities and a couple of the surrounding areas. I'm taking pictures, I am taking drone shots, and I want to make a video that incorporates pictures and drone of all of the parks and lists off their amenities and probably where they're located. So it'll literally be like a video catalog. It's kind of a weird little project that I came up with. And ever since I had the idea, I was like, no, actually, I really want to do that. Because there are so many parks in this city. I think it would be really cool to kind of have that sort of like a catalog. I think it would be cool, and therefore maybe somebody else might think it's cool. Especially because some of the parks we have are gorgeous. And then there's other little itty bitty ones in neighborhoods that nobody knows about. You're open. So, once I have visited all of these parks, I'm going to have a whole wad of pictures, mostly saved on my phone. I'm going to have a ton of drone video, and I have to organize all of that. I'll be using a program on my computer to do it, not my phone. I have to organize all of that. Remember, I'm taking pictures of signs so I remember which park is which. So I have to make sure that I know which parks are which. I have to write out all the amenities. And then I have to find a way to put it all together in a video that is not extremely long, is informative and interesting, without being like too much, if that makes sense. Since it's not like one of my nature videos or one of my kiting videos, so it's not like a relaxing thing that you can just, you know, put up. It's meant to be, at least in part, informative. So the challenge for me is the organization, to not overdo or underdo the editing, and get everything in it. And it's like, I know I can do it, but then once I get into the crux of it, having the patience to remember to do it properly, because that is usually where I have the most problems, is that I get into one of my projects and I get impatient in how long it takes to get it together, and then I start taking shortcuts. The shortcuts cause issues with details, and then I see those details later and get annoyed by them. Whoops, wrong button. All right. One more main floor. It's copper. Whoops. That moved at the last second. I saw that. I guess another issue with my general creativity is that I have a tendency to have too many ideas at the same time. And if I'm working on more than one project of the same type at the same time, like say 2 different film projects, it's really easy to start to get confused with which video was for which thing. So it's like if I'm doing one of my near miss episodes, I bring the dash cam home, I download the videos go into a special folder so that I know that those videos have not already been used. And then once I've collected enough of them that I think are enough to make a video, then I make a video. So generally speaking, in the videos, all of the clips tend to be in chronological order, simply out of convenience. Not, no. Not everyone is chronological, but most of them. And then the amount of actual editing time I put into that video is highly dependent on the quality of the individual clips. So if a clip is super self-explanatory, I'll just cut it down to the interesting part. Don't have to add text, don't have to add explanation, etc. But if a clip is a little more involved, then I got to take time to try and write in information, make sure that there's context and all that stuff. And how much of that I do really depends on how much energy I feel like putting into an individual video. Because some of them I will spend a couple hours on. Oh, and the patterns are off. That's annoying. I will fix it later. You go here. But yeah, even with those videos, I have a tendency to be like, oh, I don't feel like spending all this time on this edit. I just want it to be done. So some videos don't get the same context. Okay, that's interesting. Some videos don't get the same level of context because I just don't feel like spending the extra effort and trying to put it in. So you end up with a lot of situations where the quality seems to shift wildly from one project to another. And it's not because I don't care about some of them. It's just, I just lose the patience. I forgot what got me on this topic. Thank you for coming on this wild train with me for absolutely no apparent reason. I'm going to turn these lights on now. I like how I have not installed a single light switch. I wonder how much power these take. You know, I haven't checked my power grid in a minute. Close that. How's my power grid doing? Oh! Something is cycling. I'm guessing it's one of the fuel generators. It's way too big of a jump for it to be one of the coal plants, but I am getting closer. These lines are getting way closer. Anyway, as I were. I'm like, I don't need a light switch. I just leave them on all the time. Who cares about power usage? Well, I care about power usage because there is a limit to how much power the coal station is producing. All right, it's not done, it's not perfect, but the floors have become illuminated, mostly. Why is there a giant dark spot back there? Oh, just because it hadn't rendered in. Okay, that's fine. Nice. What is your malfunction? It's full of water. That is its malfunction. Why are you full of water? Because you're low on containers. Why are you low on containers? Because you're low on plastic. Where has all my plastic gone? Long time passing. Also, why no plastic? I have two of you, and your only job in this world right now is to make plastic. And I put slugs in you. Are you low on oil? Ooh. Wait, excuse me. I might be low on oil. Just a second. Excuse me. Thank you, Bouncy. Okay, yes, they are out of oil. I knew this day would come. Well, I have slugs, so I'm going to go and shove some more slugs into the oil refineries. Where are they? There you are. Come here. You. Slug. So that's 150. 150. That's 300. Which is the max this pipe can hold. Upgrade the pipes. I think. I might have already done it. And you're not doing anything. Why are you not doing things? You can put out 300 per minute by yourself. I need you to do that. No! Damn it. You. 2. Exit. 2. Grab the power line. Shove it in there. Grab the power line. Shove it in there. I hear a shiny. Is it a worm? I can't see anything. Oh, there's a sphere. Thank you.
The void arms and void metals and desecrated temples follow mythicality.
Oh, you understand.
The tapestry unraveled, revealed its texture. Your veins weave familiar patterns. Your vessels grow organs and eyes and mouths, and ripples lap against our windows.
Was it intentional?
All that is shallow shall sing our deep song, and when the windows break the void shall be a metal grave.
So the one down below is making 300. These two combined are making 300. Which equals 600, which is the max this pipe can hold. So that's already done. Should probably turn that up. Okay, that looks better. All the way to here, and then this one's kind of eh. Coming slowly. This orange chicken stuff I bought from Costco is actually really good. It's like saboba or something. And it's like a crunchy orange chicken. And you can make it in the air fryer. It's very good. It is going. It's going slowly. These are back on. There's a ton of plastic over there. I could divert some of that. But if these 4 plants down at the, or 3 plants at the end, if they fill up with plastic, they will shut off. If they shut off, it will allow more oil to come down here and fill these up. But right now, it's got enough. Yeah, that looks better already. All right, plastic. There's a whole level here that has not been electrified. Is that the right one? Now it is. I seem to have accidentally made just one platform up there yellow. Oh. Okay. It would be very helpful if these would have alignment lines the way the buildings do. Where it comes up and is like, oh, you're aligned with the thing to my side, or you're aligned to the thing behind me. Because it does that with the buildings, if you have alike buildings. And if you're trying to line stuff up, it's super helpful. It'd be really nice if I could do that with the lights. Ah, it moved at the last second. I'm not fixing it. Gamers never look up, so this is fine. I'm going to end up spending this entire time just putting lights in. Oh, there's a rock there. there's a rock there. I have run out of quick wire. Quartz. Cubes. I need Caterium. Caterium. Do 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 do. Blueprint thing actually can kind of get in the way of even seeing the grid you're trying to put it down on. Which is another reason having the alignment lines would be helpful. Because then you could just sort of get it in the right spot and just wiggle it around until you get the alignment lines. This is a big floor. Well, technically this is a big ceiling. Putting you there, I don't care. Ah, well, I'm going to skip that one. How did I do that twice? How in... Oh. Oh. I see. There's a different floor there than there is here. That's why it doesn't line up. But it's fine. Gamers never look up. Even if I'm the only gamer, this is the only time I'm ever going to look up here once I get this done. Unless I completely redo my power grid as well. Get rid of all the telephone poles and replace them with ceiling mount and wall mount plugs, which I could. But maybe. Increasing plastic production appears to have definitely helped with aluminum production. Okay, those are done. Time to wire them. This chicken's very good. Excuse me. That was not the right one. It occurs to me that probably one of the very good reasons I never worried about lights in my first playthrough was because everything was outside. I did use the flashlight. I'm relatively sure I'm not missing any of them. Wow, this lights up a huge area. The light beams are actually a nice touch in the atmospherics. Very nice. Oh, you were the resin one. No, I don't need the resin yet. I could use resin to make plastic. Let there be... I just smashed my head into the bottom of the train station. Light. This is a for later project. That is a for later project. That is a for later project! Okay. I went too far from the power, I forgot. Like, that's uneven, but it doesn't look bad. That needs to be fixed. But yeah, that station right there is turning itself on and off. Interesting. It's not getting enough juice from this one. And the other one's not getting enough juice from the plastic production? Seriously? And you're maxed on plastic. Ah. I see. I don't need the power, but I might soon. I'm finally encroaching on the line. I might need it soon. Gosh, this chicken is good. I gotta think of what I want to do. Just start drawing. What is my color palette? I'm gonna go with this one. Blue. Put the chainsaw away, you maniac. It's just going to be a hole for now because I don't want to realign it. Might have on your side, mine is still here. I can still see everything. You haven't missed anything. I don't have a thing for that. Those are all conveyors. I have a hypertube wall hole. No! Why? Really? I specifically pulled you from the other side, but you're gonna go the wrong way? Come here. This side of the hole. You insane game. Can I put an entrance directly on this tube? Yes. Thank you. Exit. Number 2. Power. Go ahead and plug into that thing. And as long as I'm messing stuff up, delete this, delete that. Put that in. Logistics. Logistics. Grab the belt. Put the belt in the hole. Aesthetics. I'm almost out of chicken. Oh, that looks terrible. It's clipping. I thought the other building was very yellow. This is going to be extremely blue. These pipes are mostly straight, but boy does it ride that line on the right side tight. So technically the edge is clipping. I think I'm going to leave it though. No. I need silica. Oh, right. Glass. Hold on. I have a ton of that. It's just not in my pocket. Now it is. I'm low on concrete. Do I need that? That's going in my pocket, isn't it? Yes. Okay, don't worry about concrete. That is a look. With the black framing around the windows. That is a look. 7, 8. That is a look. I haven't decided if I like it, but it is definitely a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha! The hypertubes are perfectly centered left to right. That was completely unintentional. Didn't I unlock? I did not unlock. That is something I could get, though. There was a glass roof that was an option. I swear there was a glass roof. There's a frame floor and a glass frame foundation. Huh. Okay. I thought there was a glass roof.
Go for that extra purchase. Go awesome.
Oh yeah, thanks. Reminding me to spend all my money. I don't think money is going to be an issue with the amount of stuff I'm dumping into the sink, though, so... Back to roofs. That technically fits. The stairway is also mostly obsolete, and I'm not going to do anything about that. Oh. Rawr. Ugh. It doesn't match. If I could have the glass roofs, it would match, but I don't have glass roofs. I could put flat roofs in with windows. And that maintains the pattern. Nope. S. Started this, now I have to finish it. And that one's not even in the correct position. No, unfortunately I don't have any extra codes. I totally recommend it, though. It's worth the money. You'll spend hours and hours on this game if you enjoy this sort of thing. This is my second playthrough, and I've decided to go for aesthetics this time. And trying to reduce the amount of pasta. Lots and lots and lots of pasta. 8. Seven. F. 7. I need to find the back end of this corner. Nobody's gonna see this corner. I'm just gonna wall it in. I'm gonna mostly wall it in. I'm gonna wall it in. And I'll change that up here because that side's more visible. Okay. I keep pushing that button. I have a shortcut. Use the shortcut. Oh my gosh, look at these power poles clipping through the walls. I'm going to have to come back, and I'm going to have to redo all of the telephone poles. Or the amount that they are clipping through things is going to annoy the crap out of me. I have a couple of them doing the exact same thing over at the power station, and it doesn't bother me because I'm never over there. But I am over here. This is another thing that if I didn't have the hover pack, because I mean, we managed to do this at the power station and it was a lot smaller. But I did not have a hover pack. I had just the jet pack, and being able to just float up here and do layer by layer, oh my gosh, if I did not have the hover pack, that would have been so hard. This has definitely got a look. I can do maybe 10 to 20 minutes more of this today. I'm going to have to call it early. Just fill it in. Come on, go down, down, down. I'm just gonna fill in this hole. Nobody's gonna know. Who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. I do have to do these little entryways in and out of the hypertubes. Oh, right at the end of that belt. The dead end belt. And then I'll do something different entirely up there. 8. I never thought that this stairway of mine would become a feature. It was just a way to get from the top to the bottom before I had any kind of mobility things. And now it's a feature. And it has been super helpful to have, since you can't drag blueprints through the hypertubes. Oh, that floor's not lined up. That's the first floor that hasn't been lined up. That's actually surprising, given that I made no effort whatsoever to make sure that the floors were at even levels. It is going to make this corner... Okay, what I'll do is I'll grab this. Ah! Down, down, over, there, yeah, yeah. I don't want to get sucked through the hypertube. Go up, 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 in, and down. Okay, that can be a normal wall there. That off. Okay, actually that looks okay. I'm gonna do this as well. So for right now, that's fine. Go back to the walls. To the windows! Why there? 8. I'm starting to realize, I mean, I already knew, but it's really seeing how high this sucker is. Okay, and that covers up the difference. Oh, that one's mid-floor. That kind of sucks, but oh well. It's not so noticeable from the outside. Oh, and that belt is hanging out over the edge. Crikey. And I can't move it over because this thing's in the way. Okay, okay, okay. I'm going to try something, because the next level would be a solid wall anyway. Conveyor belt hole. Conveyor belt hole. Hey, there's a lifter there I didn't even use. That's interesting. It's a feature, not a bug. Really? You're gonna get stuck on it? Are you kidding? Why? That's what I thought. No! Ooh, perfect alignment with the top floor. Well, 90%. There's a light sticking through here as well. I'm not going to fix that for right now. It's a feature, not a bug. I put a roof on that. Do you think I can fit in there? Yes. I don't know if I need the door. I'm gonna get rid of the door, but the roof fits. So I have managed to clad one entire side of the structure. I am falling. I am fine. I actually kind of like the hypertubes sitting outside of that. That kind of works. Wow. And it looks incredible until you go around the edge. And the entire rest of the building is completely open. Wow, of the things I've made so far in this playthrough of this game, that is something. That is also my time, I think. I'm going to double check. Yes, that is unfortunately going to be my time for today. It's early release schedule, and I started late, so I apologize for that. The next several days are looking really convoluted and complex on my schedule, so I may or not be able to stream the next couple days. If I can, I will. So, look forward to that. I am at a position in this game right now where I am interested mostly in finishing my aesthetics, because I've gotten far enough into this play that I have access to all the things that I really, really want. I don't have to finish the game because I have before. I know how it ends, so there isn't a mystery there. I might do it just to do it. I have plenty of space left. But I'm definitely going to start really finishing up these aesthetics. It almost looks like the side of a big blue office building. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. I hope to see you again soon. Leave a like, leave a follow, and until next time.
We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore. We don't talk anymore like we used to do. We don't laugh anymore. What was all of it for? Ooh, we don't talk anymore like we used to do. I just heard you found the one you've been looking for. I wish I would have known that wasn't me. 'Cause even after all this time, I still wonder why I can't move on just the way you did so easily. Don't wanna know the kind of dress you're wearing tonight. If he's holding on to you so tight, the way I did before. I overdosed. Should've known your love was a game. Now I can't get you out of my brain. Oh, it's such a shame that we don't talk anymore.
Hello, that ramen wrap. Thank you. Great. How are you? Should we just let this go and then go to the